Are you ready to live a life that is more peaceful? Are you ready to live a life that is less about how others feel about you and more about how you feel about what you're doing? Are you ready to walk around feeling less fear about everything? It's time that you do this for yourself. It's time that you believe that you are worthy of the work that you're going to do for yourself. The best part about awakening, the best part about this evolution is that you see everything with a very different lens, very different perspective. The hardest part is that you see everything, is that you are aware, so much more aware than you've ever been in your entire life of yourself and everybody around you. There's nothing easy about the awakening process. But I'd much rather be awakening than be asleep and not be making choices for me, not be making choices out of love. Prior to my awakening, for sure, a lot of my choices were made from a fear-based perspective, one based in shame, guilt, anger. Since I have started my awakening, I have learned so much more about me. I've learned that the inner work that you can do chips away at so much trauma and so much programming. And as it chips away at the trauma and the programming, you return back to the light that you are. And then from there, you make choices based in light and love, because you're not living in fear anymore. You're living more in love and light. So as you chip away at trauma, at things that happened in your childhood, especially those of us who are, my age, I'm 46 and older, and generations a couple younger, a lot of us have some childhood trauma. And I can say that after spending a good amount of time working through it, I'm so much more at peace. And the best thing about this part, guys, is that when you're working on your inner trauma, when you're working on your inner self, when you're facing trauma that you have buried so deep for so long, the best part of that is yes, you expose it, but then you put it to rest. And not only does it leave your thoughts, as far as it won't be able to create this emotion, this sadness, this fear out of you anymore, you also let it leave your body, let it leave your vessel, because it's all energy stored, So the more trauma you've had, the more it piles up, kind of like an ice cream sundae, if you will. And so many of us have huge sundaes to chip away at, to eat, whatever you want to say. So it is essential, if you want to continue with this evolution of being very aware, I truly, truly recommend that you look into your childhood. And of course, use guides, spiritual guides, therapists, whatever resonates with you to do so. There's a lot of great meditations out there, but if you're yearning to evolve, if you're yearning to live in an awakened state of mind, and you're yearning to make more choices out of love and live less out of fear, then you got to start chipping away at trauma that you've stored for a long time. I promise you that as you do, you will become more at peace with you first and with everyone and everything around you.